All right, and we're live. Morning thoughts, morning thoughts, morning thoughts. We have too much to talk about this morning, so I'm not even going to go into the whole long speech of a delivery. Just big up to the people tuning in this morning. Thank you for being here. I'm about 10 minutes late. Yep, so I'm going to give you your 10 minutes back on the back end. Shout out to Seymour Bennett for being the first one here. Shout out to June O'Brien for being the next person here in line. All right. We got a lot to talk about this morning, man. Shout out to the people going out to work this morning. Big up on yourself, right? Let me grab my other phone. Hey, we got to do what we got to do. So feet on our feet, boots on the ground this morning, and we're up and off to get it. On your morning ride with SouFLoTV in the morning. This is Morning Thoughts. Welcome back. This morning, we got to talk about a couple of things. This is what we have on the board this morning. Before we go big up some people on these things, the Donnelly Donaldson story is heating up. There is so much going on in this story. I put a video up last night, and that video doesn't even compare to this piece of information. Now, so as things progress, we will stay close, like I told you, to the story, and we will continue to bring you information as information unfolds. Our main goal, though, in the whole Donnelly Donaldson thing is to have some kind of a closure, some kind of a resolve, some kind of justice or something happen on behalf of, because, you know, mommy is grieving. Her family is grieving. Her daddy is grieving. Her brother is grieving. Her whole family is grieving. And they're grieving because they miss her. They're grieving because that's their daughter. That's their best friend. That's their everything. A family member, close family member is missing, and they want answers. So we're just trying to put some spotlight on this thing. You know, when things happen, if nobody speaks about it, it's easily swept under the rug. You know, people look around, especially in somewhere like Jamaica where they look around. Let me wear my hat today. In Jamaica where they look around and they're like, nobody now pay attention to this. Just sweep it under the rug. All right, keep on moving like nothing happened. But we are loud up the thing because we are make them know, say, even a foreign, we seeing what is going on. All right, so fix up and come right and correct with this particular case right here. Have some new information about it, and we're going to get into that. I'm also going to be comparing the Vibes Cartel case to the Donnelly Donaldson case again, because if you've been on SouFLoTV for more than a day or two, month or two, year or two, then you would know that I'm a big advocate for the recording dancehall artist Vibes Cartel and the way his case went down. And I'm going to show you something again real quick. Yeah, SouFLo, every chance I get a call up cartel naming or something, him to stay which part him there. I know there are people that have their own opinions of whatever, but just the same way how you trust me or you say, you know, so SouFLo talk sense more time, just come to the table with that kind of a open mind when I go there on that. All right. We have a next story about a man that pulled a gun on a couple of females who he had opened the door for, and they didn't say thank you. We're just going to breeze by that really quickly, how the world has changed and, you know, them kind of something there. And then, of course, the Uganda talk. Uganda, Africa. Enough people have talked about going back to Africa and one day I will be there and leave out of the West. But I don't see nobody I leave still. I don't see none of you repatriating or anything like that. Anyhow, Uganda came into a big gold reserve they discovered. I think it's 31 million tons. 31 million tons of gold ore. And I actually went to a official site to get this information. 31 million tons of gold ore was discovered in Uganda, and Russia is already in Uganda. But not only Russia is trying to get their piece of it, and they will, but Terrence Howard, you know, Hustle and Flow, Terrence Howard. What's the next movie that Terrence Howard came in? He played Lucius in with Cookie as his wife in Empire. You know, Terrence Howard just gave a speech over in Uganda. Empire. Yes, Tells. Big up yourself. Thank you. He just gave a speech over in Uganda, right? And I don't know if this speech is out of desperation, like a conman artist speech about some something that he has developed or whatever, but I read more into it. I found the original article, and it actually has to do with Uganda encouraging African people with African descent or of African descent to return and to invest in, and so on and so forth. So I don't know if he's conning the people in Uganda or if he is just taking part in that invitation, which we probably should be on as well. You know, somehow we think small. We just think like right here, like Jamaica, and that's it. Or all right, Jamaican, right? That's all me there, and that's it. And then there are others who think, man, I want to touch the continent of Africa. That's the new frontier. The world is booming. There's so much opportunity out there in the world. Know a brother that was in the U.S. Army, and through his travels ended up in Dubai, right? And when he ended up in Dubai, he saw a need for, and he went and opened a Jamaican restaurant in a mall in Dubai, and he is very rich today. So who knows, right? All right, so we're going to talk about all those things this morning. Before we do that, though, let me scroll back to the top, big up some people, just to say a quick good morning as we normally do, and appreciation for being here, and then we get right into the topic, all right? Seymour Bennett, first one in this morning. June O'Brien, right behind. Big up, thank you for being here. Marcia Walters is here. Anita Kanan is in the building this morning. Blessings to you too, my friend. And from Great Britain, yes. All right, so it's midday, them time there for you. Kaitai Jai Empress, my sister, is in the building this morning. Perlis 123 is here. Lisa Watkins is here. Purple Royal. Guava 876 is here. Long time I don't eat a guava. I look for one, you know. I look for one. But then probably give me a Mexican guava. I don't know. Guava 876 is in the building this morning. Says, good morning, Mr. Up. General Rosalind Michael is in the building this morning. Vanessa is also here. Fallon Carrington is here. Shalom to you and your house. To you as well. Audrey Wright is in the building this morning. Mervyn the Point Jamaica Kerr is here. Good morning, family. Jet Shelley is here this morning. Good morning, Jet Shelley. Thank you for being here. Stacy and Williams is in the building this morning. Stash there. Lovely Aneka. Lovely Aneka, you know, I just discovered you on Instagram. Apparently, I've been following you and these things, but me never did really. You know how you follow a whole lot of people but you so caught up in your own thing that you're not really. But big up yourself and thank you, and I appreciate you. All right. Lessa Stevens is in the building this morning. Denise Sterling is here. Roxanne McIntosh is here. Marilyn Grant is in the building this morning. Mr. Article Dan Daya says, up, family, and good afternoon from Rwanda. Mr. Article Dan, didn't you just say you were in, when did that last? You're doing a whole lot of traveling, my friend. You're in Rwanda. I might have to link up with you and figure out some things, you know? Jane Anders is here this morning. Darling Walter Riley is here. Maine Toby is here. Rwanda. I wonder how Rwanda is right now. Lady B is in the building. Lady B, thank you for being here this morning. Sean Cassell, Sharon Spence is here. Janet Stewart's also here. Maine Toby is here. Thank you all for being here this morning. Asaren Odetta is here. Candice on the beat. Haven't seen you in a couple of days, but I hope all is well. Well, yeah, the weekend pass and these things. Michelle Howell is here. Tells, big up yourself. Carrie Ann Jones, thank you for being here. Star K is in the building this morning. Sara Cayente, haven't seen you in a while as well. How you doing? Big up yourself and thank you for being here. Cartel was framed. Free World Boss, yeah, my friend, because you know the facts. All right, we're going to talk about all those things this morning. So let's get right into it. Do y'all want me to start off? And this is on you. Once you tell me where to start, I'm going to run with it. Do you want me to start off with the Donnelly Donaldson update and the comparison of the Vibes Cartel case to the Donnelly Donaldson disappearance thing? Or do you want me to start off with the man who pulled the gun on the women because he opened the door and they did not say thank you? Or do you want me to start off with Uganda and their 31 million tons of gold ore? You have 30 seconds. Once you tell me, once this 30 seconds is up, 27, 26, time is a ticking. Let me know where to start and I will jump right in. All right, everybody is on Donnelly Donaldson. All right, that's what it's gonna be this morning, and rightfully so. And rightfully so. Let me pull out my paper then. Let me go right over here. Donnelly Donaldson it is. All right, Vybz Kartel and Donnelly. All right, that's in that order it's going to be. So, Radio Jamaica News Online. Latest update. A female district constable who is one of the two members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force that is being investigated in the disappearance of social media influencer 24-year-old Donnelly Donaldson has reportedly refused to give a statement to police. That female, by the way, is the baby mother of the police officer that is the boyfriend of Donnelly, right? So you can just say like he had two women, one him work with and has a relationship with, and then you have Donnelly, which is his other woman. Try to figure out who the side chick was, right? And I hear some people I say the side chick was Donnelly. Some people have said, no, it wasn't. The side chick was the girl at work. The other, she's also a cop. Well, as news have come out, the police officer and the police officer woman who had the baby for him, who I have now learned is 8 months old, so he even have a baby on Donnelly with the policewoman while still messing with Donnelly. Him and that policewoman been dealing for 4 years. 4. Him and Donnelly been dealing for 2 years. 2, allegedly. Me not in them life, so I don't know, right? So whoever is gonna cuss me and say, you have the information wrong, SouFLo, please don't curse me, just correct me, all right? I'm reading, I'm following story as it is unfolding. 4 years with the policewoman, 2 years with Donnelly, all right? The female officer, I definitely think is involved. She has refused to give a statement. Why would you refuse to give a statement at a time like this, right? Why would you refuse to tell everything you know? Not only that, you're a police officer, so you know how this part works, right? Her auntie did say 4 with Donnelly. Carrie Ann Jones said, no, Donnelly's mommy said 2. And the news says 4 with the policewoman. So, I don't know about no auntie. Deputy Commissioner of Police, I've also seen where other people were saying, well, judging by Donnelly's things that she said on her social media stuff, we clearly see that she was the side chick and she was happy being the side chick. She didn't have an issue with it or whatever. Her mom said it was a tumultuous relationship that was marked by infidelity. There was always cheating going on, or accusations of cheating going on, and fight over accusations of cheating going on. So it like him used to kill her with bun and she still used to stay there. See? So Deputy Commissioner of Police, and I don't want to start to rub insult into injury because she still is missing. Now, if after all this blows over, I have other things to say. No mistake already. I bring it raw, right? And sometimes we have to use certain situations to teach, but no, it's not the time. So I'm not going to go there yet. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey on Monday. Boy, I'm watch them live, you know. The JCF did a live yesterday, and they were supposed to be updating on what's going on with the case and who is a person of interest and all these other stuff. Them could have just keep the live there. Because nothing that was said in the live was like, basically they should have just came on in the live and just said, look, nothing on go on, we not really do nothing, we see what go on, and just left it just like that. We would have been stunned, but instead of just beating around the bush, basically in a nutshell, that's what they said. Anybody who saw the live came away with the same thing that I just said. Them should have just come say nothing on go on, we not really do nothing, and boy, we don't know where this will go. And just keep it like that, right? Anyhow, they are beating around the bush, and that live actually showed us that they really not do nothing and nothing not go on, unless they started doing something after that. Deputy Commissioner of Police Fitz Bailey on Monday confirmed that Miss Donaldson's boyfriend, who is the policeman, is the second person that is now under investigation in the case. So, according to this, Radio Jamaica News Online, he is officially under investigation. But when I saw the live yesterday, that's not what they said on the live. But that's what it says here. Updated, right? Miss Donaldson's family told Radio Jamaica News that she was last seen on Monday when she left home with the policeman. He called her, woke her up out of her sleep, told her to come go at the apartment with him. He came and picked her up, and they went to the apartment together. She was reported missing on Wednesday. Monday is when Mummy last saw her. She was reported missing on Wednesday. Time gap. DCP Bailey on Monday afternoon told the media in a media briefing that investigators are not looking at a homicide, but are ensuring that all evidence available is captured. Not looking at a homicide. I hate to say it, but all things here points to a homicide. All things here points to a homicide. Or let's keep the same energy, right? Like the Vibes Cartel case. How you can say a homicide when nobody in the boat? You haven't found anybody. You haven't found any trail of blood. You haven't found anything. But let's be for real. He said that the police has examined or expanded rather its investigation beyond that of a missing person. And they are not taking a tunnel vision approach, but they are looking at all the possibilities. Well, if you're looking at all the possibilities, you got to be looking at homicide at this point. The girl didn't just walk off the planet, did she? But we're going to talk about that in a minute. Amid concerns from some members of the public that the police were perhaps dragging their feet, in the investigation, DCP Bailey sought to make it clear that the Jamaica Constabulary Force is committed to ensure that this investigation is done in a professional and a transparent manner. He said investigators are yet to view the 20 hours of CCTV footage that was obtained from Miss Donaldson's boyfriend's apartment, but the footage is being processed. So, on the video I did yesterday, if you go listen to it, there's a part where, because people are talking, and sometimes, and this is Jamaica, all right. So, there's information out there that they do have video footage of her entering his apartment, but there is no video footage of her leaving his apartment, right? But DCP Bailey them are now saying that they have over 20 hours of CCTV video footage from the apartment complex, that area where his apartment would show activities in what's going on around his apartment area, and they have not viewed the footage yet. The 20 hours worth of footage that was obtained from Miss Donaldson's boyfriend's apartment, but the footage is being processed. I wonder if the footage is being scrubbed, or the footage is being doctored, or the footage is being, we'll give them some time, but 20 hours in a case like this, I think you should have a party that is on this for 20 hours straight, right? And in no time, you should be able to come forward and say, yep, we went through it and there's footage of her going in. There's no footage of her coming out, but there's footage of him bringing out a bag and footage of others going in and coming out with suitcase and bag and whatever. What if she was dismembered in that apartment? We don't know. We don't know. But at this point, you have footage. You should be running through this footage like it's an emergency. Not, we have 20 hours of footage, but yeah, we're processing it. It has not been looked through yet, and these things. Come on now. Time is of the essence, right? Miss Donaldson's boyfriend apartment has reportedly been processed. This is where I want to talk. Miss Donaldson's boyfriend, a policeman, in his apartment has been processed. And Mr. Bailey disclosed that motor vehicles belonging to the policeman and to the district constable were also processed. There's rumors going around that his BMW is stolen and his car cannot be found, and people are saying if you find the car, you might find more proof that something happened inside of the car. It says right here that his vehicle was processed, which means obviously it's not stolen, right? Or unless him have multiple vehicles. I don't know. What kind of process though? They just go look by eye, search with hand, because there's a different kind of process, which I'm going to talk about right now. DCP Valley revealed that the female cop who was involved has not given a statement to the police. She refuses to give a statement to the police. And while he noted that giving a statement is actually voluntary, DCP Bailey said that there are methods that the police can employ to deal with that particular issue. A person of the law, uniformed officer, refusing to give a statement in a situation like this. A $500,000 reward is now being offered by Miss Donaldson's family for any information about her disappearance. $500,000, $500,000 for any information concerning her disappearance. Right? All right. Watch a walk here now. Walk with me now. Walk with me. The other day when I covered the Vibes Cartel thing, I said they demolished the house because who stands to lose from the house being demolished and who stands to win? If I was the prosecutor and I claimed that you murdered somebody in that house, I wouldn't demolish the house because I would want my forensic team to go into that house and extract whatever evidence might be there to bolster my case against you, right? But if me know some story is made up and I know that you have money and you can actually fly in your own forensic team to go in there, and when they go in there, you're going to tell me, nothing like that happened in here, or we can't find anything like that in here, which would weaken my case. The best next thing to do is to say, well, the house did catch a fire, you know, and the people in the neighborhood says an eyesore. So even though the person who we're accusing says, yo, I'm going to appeal this to the highest court, leave it there. Bulldoze it, mash it up, dash it away. So they can't go in there. Luminol. I was up early this morning doing my research on Luminol. Vibes Cartel case versus the Donnelly Donaldson case. All right. Bear with me because I did a whole lot of writing this morning just so I could come correct in front of you. Missing person is not a crime because a lot of people are saying, them if you lock up the police boy and lock up him baby mother to the police girl and charge two of them. Charge them for what? You can't charge somebody for missing person. Missing person is not a crime, right? Walk with me. Missing person is not a crime. They cannot charge for missing person. They must first come up with a theory of how that person became missing, and if evidence during their investigation and building of that theory shows that you are involved in foul play connected to this person being missing, then they can theorize and charge you with murder. But to get a conviction in a court of law, they must prove that their theory that they came up with is right, and that is what actually happened. What they said actually happened. All right. Back to the Vibes Cartel case again. No. They came up with a theory. They came up with a theory that Lizard was bludgeoned to death. That's what the words were used. He was bludgeoned to death with a pickaxe stick and hit with the pickaxe, and he was dismembered. And they said it happened in that house. Luminol. They said, you're me keep on a shout Luminol. They said that it happened in that house. Okay, that's their theory. burden of proof is always on the prosecution. It's not on the person. In other words, you can't come and say, SouFLoTV killed the man, and I have to go prove in court that I didn't kill the man. That's not how it works. If you come and say I killed the man as the prosecutor, you have to prove how I killed the man. See? So burden of proof is on the prosecution. It's not on the defense. It is my right to defend myself. It is your duty to prove that what you said happened actually happened. In Vybz Kartel case, they did not prove that anybody was murdered in that house, even though that is the story they used to convict them of a murder happening in that house. I know some people are going to say, yes, SouFlo, but we did see the little video with them did stand up there with the pickaxe stick and thing. Okay. Again, burden of proof is on the prosecution. Nowhere in that video did it ever say, yo, man, I'll kill the boy lizard, you know, I'm running back. The alleged victim was never mentioned anywhere in that video. Also, Kartel have songs. We go for them anywhere. Gaza, we go for them anywhere. That's one, right? And the next one that comes to mind is, you say me can't come back round ya. Do what you want to do. Those songs were dark. And around them period there and thing. Any good defense lawyer could have easily argued that away. Listen, the man makes music. Some of his themes are dark. And what you're seeing here is a video that they were actually planning a video shoot for a dark themed song. He makes uplifting songs, he makes lovely songs, he makes girl songs, he makes gun song, dark songs. Right, that's what that was. You, as the prosecution, have to prove that I'm telling a lie, that wasn't. So that can be easily argued away. And I've said this to people before. Luminol. Now they claim that the police boyfriend apartment has been processed in the Donnelly Donaldson case. They claim that the police boyfriend's apartment has been processed and the vehicles belonging to the constable and the officer have been processed as well. Was it processed by a forensic expert or experts? Was it processed using luminol? Was it processed by a forensic expert? Or them send 2 squad if we go in there, go search up the vehicle and see if you can find nothing, and them just flip, flop, look through. All right, man, I see no blood in there or nothing like that. Still, it look like nothing going in at the vehicle. All right, done. Or are they doing a proper processing of this vehicle? Remember, I know DCP Bailey said we're not looking at this as a homicide, and we're not leaning towards a homicide. So no, so they're not using luminol and all that to process the vehicle. Turn my paper. They are aware of luminol. They are. And good forensic work, which Kartel's defense team would have gathered independently, would have showed them with luminol that nothing happened in there. Now, some people are saying, what is luminol and all these things? Luminol is something that them spray. And I was watching a documentary, and if you watch my countless videos I've done on this particular thing, you will hear me talk about it. Luminol is something they spray. And luminol has the ability to show you where blood was, right? So if you make a claim like he was bludgeoned with a pickaxe stick, if you bludgeon a human being to death with a pickaxe stick, blood are gonna splash everywhere, right? Blood is gonna splash everywhere. Luminol has the ability to show you what went on in that room. Now I know you might say, nah, but what if them bleached on the room thoroughly and then not with luminol? You could have scrubbed till Jesus' kingdom come, not with luminol. Right? That's why I'm saying they're processing the vehicle. They're putting out to the media that vehicle has been processed, apartment has been processed. I check the block to clear the people. Them, you're gonna stay there, and they're not really processing the place properly. They should be looking at it like it's a homicide. At least suspect that it's a homicide and do the proper 100. Because if they skip over this right now and say, "Oh, we looked through them vehicle already," later on, they could properly go get the vehicles properly cleaned or get the apartment properly cleaned and clean up things and have time to get away with it, right? If there's anything that's wrong with Donnelly Donaldson. Luminol detects blood in soil. I saw 2 cases this morning where it detected blood that had dripped into soil out a door 8 years later. One was 6 years later, the next one was 8 years later. Luminol. Luminol is even more effective in detecting older blood versus newer blood. Luminol. So there was a scientist that did a study, and it's a peer-reviewed scientific study, which I have the link right here, www.acsr.org, detecting blood in soil after 6 years with luminol. And you can go look up that study that was done. It's an extensive study done on how luminol operates, how effective it is, how long can you be away from a crime scene, I guess, and then visit that crime scene with luminol and still get good results, effective results. And the time period is years and years and years, almost a decade they've proven so far. Seeing? So luminol in the Vibes Cartel case could have still been used even through his appeal time, because he had been sitting in prison for a while before he got the right to go to the Privy Council, and then his stuff got to get sent to appeal. But if you know that already, then the smarter thing for you to do is to knock down that rotted house so that they won't be able to use no luminol to detect nothing to say, oh, there wasn't nothing here. You understand what I'm saying now? All right. And friend, I'm a clean up evidence, bro, Shaka. Yes, Fallon Carrington, even longer. There was a case of about 25 years or something where me tell you about that case already, where the man he was already a serial sex offender, did time in prison, came home, was living in a trailer on a piece of land next to some people, and him crawl go over there, draw the people, them like a daughter out of her bed, carry her back to his trailer, did what he did. And decades later, luminol was able to find that little girl's DNA in underneath the carpet, and then bleach out the carpet and everything. Underneath the bleach carpet, in between, there was a board floor underneath the carpet, and luminol found that. And then with that evidence, they confronted him, and he just confessed. So them get a full confession when it was time for him to explain, well, how did her, because they asked him, was that little girl ever in your trailer? He was like, no, I don't even know them. We don't talk to each other. Okay, could you explain what's her blood doing in your living room under your carpet? And obviously, someone tried to clean that spot, right? Bleached it to kingdom come and still couldn't get rid of all the evidence. And with that, he was gone, right? So somebody says Jamaica Forensic don't have those sophisticated tools. Big up yourself, Vicky Victory. But here, Wanna, this is the same reason why Maria, the judge that is doing the overseeing the Klansman Wandan gang trial right now, Chief Justice Brian Sykes, because he is saying these technologies, they are available. It's simple stuff. And this is not back a wall back in the day, and we need to stop operating like this, and we need to stop telling ourselves really that, oh, we don't have them kind of technology, or oh, it's too expensive, oh, nobody don't know if you use it. We have to get with the times, right? We have to get with the times. That's why when they came and presented him with just word of mouth, he was like, come on, man. I mean, who picked up the body? Them said a funeral home. Okay, well, did you at least get a death certificate from the funeral home, or a report that they had retrieved that body from out in the streets that they are? No, nothing? Absolutely. So where is this person? Was he cremated? Which part him there? Not just gone, disappear, so. Yeah. Okay, so what am I supposed to do with that? You want me to use just your word of mouth, and a person will say, yes, we didn't see it. That so happened to be the same person who see everything else that everybody else that you have on trial has done also. Just this one person see everything. And I'm just going to use his word alone. He himself is shaky. I can't do that. Not in today's day and age. So come on, get up to date with the thing. They can do it. They can do it if they want to do it. I'm honestly starting. Somebody said yesterday, boy, Jamaica need cameras everywhere. How long I've been saying that? Look how long I've been saying that. But now more than ever, I understand and I realize now why them not want that. Because you see who is going to be implicated now. You see it. Watch me. While I'm doing this story yesterday, wifey sent me, big up to Shakira Sphere. If you're not on my wife channel, me and you no friend. I'm just saying, I'm playing. But seriously, go support her channel as well. But she sent me this yesterday. And when, when she sent it to me, as I'm doing this, I mean, shout out to the people, man, who still have faith in our law enforcement officials out of Jamaica. Studies have shown that the Jamaica Constabulary Force is deeply corrupted. Okay, and this is not me sitting up here demonizing every police officer. I've said this many times before. Big up to the good one there, because there's got to be some good ones. I ran into some good ones. I don't know if them was just good to me, but them not good to other people. But I've run into some good ones, right? So I said big up to the good ones then. Come in and want some people, oh my God, I get up every day, I do my work and I try to secure my country and say, oh, people like SouFLoTV get up and say them things about me and make me look. No, I said big up to the good ones, but there are a lot of those out there that should not be trusted because they're involved in all kinds of stuff. Right? From drug smuggling to gang activities to them in a bad man pocket, they're doing extrajudicial killings and hits for hire and all kind of something, scamming, you name it, they're into it. And them get up every day and put on them uniform and go to work and say they're here to serve and protect, right? And then when things like this happen, them cover up for each other because, like wifey said yesterday, them have them secret for one another. See? So when things get bad, cover for me. You already know some me did cover for you, owe me one, right? You know me did cover for you already upon the, remember the something, yeah, all right then. All right. So when I see them dragging their feet like this, taking forever and acting like it's like the mafia. They all get down, right? And they all have secrets for each other. So, boy, blows and skirts, squatty, the girl missed. Away you do to her. But I can't even talk about that right now. We know about earwalk. We don't have to go cover for me, you know. All right, I'll say no more. We got your butt. Make sure you clean this up good, cause this no look good. And them all over it. You see it? All right, sir. It's not a little dirty boy you go lick down from round, so when nobody not really care about. You're talking about a social media influencer. You're talking about a very popular individual, someone that is loved, and then worse is a female, and worse is what we call beautiful female. Now, remember, you know, beauty is in the eyes of the beholder, but if you look on her to beauty standards, enough man are gonna say, yo, she pretty, man. And she is. She is. So everybody's heartstring is pulling right now. This beautiful young lady who was so talented, and then this happened, and police again. Yesterday, wife sent me this thing here. Let me go into her stuff real quick and show you something. Wanna bear with me, cause I'm not too tech savvy, you know, cause the only thing me go on them thing for is to find topics to discuss, so on and so forth. I don't really frequent. Anyway, what she sent me yesterday, because I can't find it apparently, is a couple more police officers. I believe it's 3 more police officers that are involved in some murder scheme and bribery scheme, and one of them has run away and fled and left the island. And so it's like, as I'm talking about police activities or police gone rogue, there are always people who are coming to me to say, yo, stop making police them look bad, man. SouFLo, you know, if you do that, because most of them are good people, you know. It's just a 1 and a 2. And as me, I do a story, you know, story break about one next 3. And then as I'm doing that, a story broke about a next 3 and a next 5 and a next 2. And as I was doing one about those that were smuggling the cocaine and caught in, remember this, when them police that did that smuggle the cocaine, they were signed in at work, but them physically in the US, held up at the airport on cocaine charges. Aha! When customs find your drugs, aha! Who this? Who? Did you pack your own bags? They were over here going through interrogation. When them checked the docs, the books back home, they signed into work. So unless them signed into work and go at airport and fly out this morning and reach, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? It tell you it's a team effort, my friend. It tell you say, yo, squad, sign me in this morning. See, sign me in for the next 3 days, because you know my thing go already. Yeah, man, me I give you a little thing, man. See it and I say a word. Florida, me I go. Or Atlanta, me I go. Yeah, and they came through pushing them keys and got caught. And while you're telling Jamaican people this, you have some of them will still say, well, that was only 3, man. No, it wasn't. That was 3 with them catch, and then the other 3 were signed them in down there that make 6. And then there's 3 more who know with them the 6 they are do. And then there's 3, like, no need to stop. And we need to actually really look at what's going on. Our police force is deeply corrupted, man. Deeply corrupted is a dangerous thing. It's a dangerous thing, because what are the people supposed to do when those who are supposed to serve and protect are in uniform and them in a big criminal activity, like them a big criminal, and they are? I see a brother named Chucky Brown came out, and Chucky Brown say, me I tell pa everybody. They took everything Chucky Brown said and then buried Chucky Brown under the prison. Never heard from him again. Good morning, you're live on the air with SouFLo.
Good morning, SouFLo. How you doing?
Good morning, family. You doing all right?
I'm good, thank you.
All right.
Hope everyone listening is doing well. So, just listening to this story, it's heart-wrenching. One of many.
One of many.
If, and I'm just on the if where Jamaica's concerned at this point, if Jamaica can get a decent government in, hopefully like UIC, they really should consider, even in the short term, building a closer relationship with the UK. Not trying to gain independence,
right?
But building a closer relationship, so that when there are cases that involve government officials and law enforcement, that those cases are directed to a group or department, independent department from the UK that comes to Jamaica to do the investigation.
So there's no conflict of interest.
Yeah. Because this is not working out, as we see. And when people are so disillusioned that they don't trust you at all, like no level, it's not good. Right. That means that you really have no shame in your corruption. At least with the US police departments, you can, at some level, you can have some level of confidence to a degree. You know what I mean?
Right. True.
You've seen police officers go to jail for doing things. You've seen in some cases police kind of tell on other police. There's a department where they can tell and all that kind of stuff. So you can have more confidence here. Facts. You're not going to have corruption line that chain all the way up or higher up, unless we're talking about something like a Watergate or something like that.
Yes.
But, it's just too common for a place so small, And honestly, at this rate, Jamaica's just like on the fast track downward spiral, and nobody going to realize it until it's here. But I think that going for independence, well-functioning countries can do that, like Barbados and Bahamas. Places that actually function properly the way they're supposed to function. Jamaica's not in that boat. Jamaica has decided that it will want to be corrupt. Some want to use Jamaica as their big piggy bank. Some want to use it as their cemetery. People are doing, I've seen some videos, just all kind of stuff. Certain cases should be exported. Let an independent group come, let them do the investigation, and then let them leave, especially where these kind of people are involved. That's what I think.
I agree. I agree. And thank you. I'm about to piggyback off what you just said and go into this whole thing. I appreciate you greatly every time.
Thank you.
Thank you. I forgive her flaws, and she call all the time, and she never call and say nonsense yet. That's consistency, and I appreciate people like that being a part of our platform. Not true? Because we force each other to think, don't it? I wasn't thinking about that, but the other day we did have a conversation with wife about that, and we was talking about that. You ever seen any wealthy person or any high-ranking person or any government officials go to prison in Jamaica for any extended period of time ever? Answer that. And if you did, tell me who. And now somebody I gotta say, and that's see how she picked my brain and bring it back. Somebody's gonna say, SouFLo, that's because wealthy people and government officials and high-ranking people, they don't commit, and uniformed officials, they don't commit crimes. A lie, I tell. They do. They do. That's why we keep catching all these police officers. They do. But you've never seen them go to prison for no overextended period of time, right? Commit murder and all this. Look more down the road, them beat the charges, even when they got found guilty, and come right back out again. Anyway, see? So that's to show you. And if that doesn't open up your eyes and show you, this young lady, I hate to say it, man. I hate to say it, because I want to be hopeful and I don't want to diminish anybody's hope. But Donnelly Donaldson, something in my spirit just tell me, say, you know, she's not there no more. Like, she's not here physically anymore. I'm hoping it's a case of, I kill him, then I go kill me, so I run with mommy and then find her somewhere hide. Me couldn't even get in touch with Uno, because if him did find out, him probably would have do something to Uno too. Or something. I would hope. I'm trying to like twist up the story to make it to where she is still alive and around. But why? I say, I don't see where she's alive. I'm not seeing it. I'm not getting that she's alive. She's somewhere out there. They just have to find her. No, I'm getting that they have killed this girl and they're covering up left, right, and center, and nobody know I'm going to jail or prison feet, and they're using all their resources, including each other, to cover each other's asses. It's like, yo, all we are going for this, you know? All right, come help me. Some people are theorizing that the baby mother do it. That's a police officer. She do it. And him no want his picnic to grow up without a mother, because she'll go to prison for it. So he might cover up for she. Or others are theorizing that he did it and she's helping him to cover up, because she don't want her child's father to fall from grace and end up in a prison. I know she have to go raise a baby on her own without. See, this conflict of interest thing. Why? My girl, the man have baby upon you stay. Some of the woman hanging up. And I don't know if it's a good kind of strong. Because if you flip that around, my wife get pregnant for your next man cut. That's the last day straw. Nothing can go on after that. There is no reconciliation, no nothing to talk about, nothing. This man breed a woman with you. And you stay. Same way. Your whole relationship was about infidelity. You're cheating on me again. How much woman you have upon me? See, these are the kind of people that go around later saying all men are the same and all men cheat. So no matter which one they do, you just have to go accept it, say, you know? And it's not so. It's not so. But as far as she goes, yes, I know about that too, Jane Anders. She supposedly pulled a gun on Donnelly. That's what I heard. I heard that her and another, that's why I had the video before say 3 police officers involved, not 2. The boyfriend is 1, the baby mother is 1, and she have a police female friend. That, you know, when you grab your home girl and say, yo girl, follow me, go up at that gala yard, make me go confront her, and she went with her. And she was confronted by 2 female police officers. I don't know if they were in uniform when they did it, But that's one of the things that are floating around out there. You don't notice how me talk? Because me not say, yes, a true man. Because them say all two female police confront her and thing. And yeah, I wasn't there. I wasn't there. And the sources I'm hearing it from is the same sources everybody else is hearing it from at this point. Right? But the story is all coming together though. The fact that all that stuff came out and then she refused to give a statement. You're a police officer. This is potentially a murder case. And you refuse to give a statement. And you're somewhat involved. But hey, I guess she knows her rights, and a good attorney is going to tell you don't say nothing. Even your Miranda rights says anything you say or do can and will be used against you in a court of law. So I guess the smart thing to do is, me never telling you nothing. I didn't say nothing, so you can't read no paper back to me in court when court they come and say, did you not say on July 19th at 6:30 p.m. at questioning that the door was red? I have to go send... I did. Well, we went over there and the door was green. So you're lying. I'm catching them with it. It's best to just say nothing. And you got to understand that she is a police officer, so she knows a bit more than normal civilian does what giving a statement can do. I really don't think she's alive either, Nicola Coleman. Me not really want right now. Me hope our mother now listen to me. Please understand, I'm dragging this. I don't know why my internet's going in and out. Y'all tell me if we're having a bad... If you're listening this moment, just know so we are drag this out into the public for your sake and for Donnelly's sake, because the more we talk about it is the more it will become the focal point. All right? We don't want anybody to feel like it's forgotten. We don't want anybody to feel like we stop pay attention so now them can do what them want to do. We want justice just like you want justice. All right? I go back and watch some 876 Roommate episode with her on it. And man, look at my two daughters them. I said to myself, say, a boy could have never. And if she can herself go into them situation there, I have to nip it in the bud. Live on the air with SouFLo. Good morning.
Good morning, SouFLo.
Good morning, family. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Just a quick thing.
Yes.
When you do these stories, right? It ever make you flashback and you wonder if Commissioner Adam was right when you watch the interviews, right? And he tell you that I saw Mobile was turning into what it is now. Demote who's supposed to be demoted, transfer who's supposed to be transferred. And a few months later, they were right back where they were. It ever make you wonder?
No, because you see, I knew he was right from then till now.
Oh, okay.
You know? I knew he was right from then till now. If some people wonder because they were doubting him before, like when Adams was actually on the ground doing his thing, he had a lot of enemies among the people. A lot of them are the same people who have matured now over the years, who are saying, put Adams back in a position to do what he might do and all these other things, to do his thing. Where he said stuff like, okay, if he was gonna go do a raid, he used to not share information, not even with the squad of them that was going to ride on that raid with him. He would just tell them, show up at a certain location. And when them show up there, everybody get them weapon, take all cell phones, all electronic devices, bloom, drop them in this bag, left them at this location, and we are ride out. Where we are go? Me don't know. Follow my vehicle. And then when they get there, they know what they're going to go to do, but it would be last minute. That way, nobody can text them gunman friend or call them gunman friend real quick and say, yo, I want to clean up something because them are come. And, because he knew that the force was corrupted. He said it. He knew that the force was corrupted. So he would operate like that. which me now being a tactical person, because I was in the infantry, and that's exactly what I did. If the door them did have to get kicked in, if people had to get blindfolded and taken to a certain location, that's all of what I did, right? We search up the place, we draw out people, we close with and destroy the enemy. That was my job description, period. For all the years I was in the military, didn't do nothing else. It made sense to me. It made sense to me that he would operate like that if he thought that there were rogue officers within his ranks. But you can't pinpoint who, but you know, because the last two operations where we shared information with everybody the night before we went and did the operation in the morning, the people get up and clear out before we got there. And he was like, nah, because we've had them under surveillance for like weeks and none of them no move. And y'all tell me, say, the night off and then move by morning. Somebody in here is telling somebody something. Somebody in here is working with them out there. So here what we're going to do. From now on, you don't know jack-ish until we get to go where we're going. They don't do that no more. They don't do that no more. So even the way how Jamaica, like, I don't know, even under Andrew and the mania, where China man name again, Minister of National Security, Harsh Chang, and these people, even the way they do stuff now, we're moving into Mobay with the state of emergency and zones of special operation, and we're going to be there from July 19th until March 30th, July 19th until August 30th, and I'm sitting here again as a tactical person with experience in this type of thing, and I said to myself, is either them A, are working with those people and they don't care if some of us know it, or B, they're just downright stupid. Because why are you giving out that information? Somebody says SouFLo, well, maybe they're not giving out the information. Maybe they're just saying that to confuse the people. Okay, so I sit down at my yard and watch. Boom. The 19th, they're moving for real, just like they said they were going to do. Comes the 30th of the next month, they move out for real, just like they said they were going to do. I was like, nah. This is... Can't be. Can't be. In this modern day, it can't be. But hey, man, if you don't see it, it's because you don't want to see it. And this ain't cuss out JCF morning, because I really want to stick to what's going on in this particular case with this young lady. I don't think she's alive no more. I really think they're covering up at this point. Denny Sterling says Jamaican officers need outside training and also know that if they're headed into a dirty situation, they will get held more accountable. Yes, they need to make an example out of them, which is what they do in the U.S. They make an example out of them when they hit them harder than everybody else. Live on the air with SouFLo, good morning. Ooh, bad audio.
I'm going to call.
All right, call back. Yeah, every senior squad knows a gunman. D-Mac said every senior squad knows a gunman. Patty Bryant says, yes, them giving them friend heads up to move them actions to another location. That's exactly what I think it is. And then, you know, when they move into Mobile, then Clarendon turn up, because the man they move on to Clarendon, and they move to Clarendon, and they warn them before they're coming. Spanish Town, turn up and turn over. They move from, we're going into Spanish Town now, Mobile, turn up and turn over back again. So we have us, the citizens, saying, why don't they just have zones of special operation and state of emergency island-wide? Our hands are tied. We don't have enough resources, enough personnel to pull that off. There you have it. There you have it. How about just conduct these operations, no talking? One day you see we have, so next day you see we this, so, you know, no talking. Just know that we could be anywhere at any time. That would have a greater psychological effect than what you've been doing all along. Warning before we show up. Well, we're breaching the people's constitutional rights, and, you know, nobody wants their neighborhood to be flooded with police officers up and down them street. Well, nobody wants their neighborhood to be flooded with murder either. Rape and pillaging and plundering of their people either. So we have to go take one or the other until the place fix up and get better. And I tell you this, good citizens don't have no problem with you being there because them don't have nothing for hide because we not do a damn thing. The most y'all come see me, I cook some food in my house, chill out and relax, watch some TV. You can't come in, you want to come in, come. Nothing now go on in here. So the good citizens, they want to be protected. Them can't work with them though. Because even when them know something, them afraid to tell. And they're afraid to tell because you don't know who you're telling it to. We've had people who told already and ended up dead. And it's been proven. The police got tell the gunman say. So and so over there, so just tell we. Say, Uno, round ya. Him see you kill so and so. And you and your little part of them round here are blah, blah, blah. So, yo, you have to go take care of so and so because, you know, and man dead by next day. So when you tell the people them about work with them closer and tell them everything you know, and yeah, because you're comfortable where you're at. You're safe where you're at. The method that has been proven to work for us is I didn't see, pardon my language, I didn't see a bomber clad thing. That's it. Me never see nothing until it hit my doorstep. And then my neighbors are going to say, we never see a bomber clad thing neither. I left him right there. You know, it's sad. It's sad. I just saw somebody asking, why does Jamaica need to be babysat? Because the caller before said some outside entity. It's not really babysitting, you know. And maybe we need to accept that it needs to be babysat because apparently our leaders are not capable of effectively leading without this deep level of corruption. So we have to go to somebody for help. We can't carry on like this, but we are going to carry on like this because we've been saying we can't carry on like this for quite a long time now. And we've been carrying on like this for quite a long time now. And think about it. A madness are going. Madness are going. We do need some kind of outside intervention. Somebody who has no dog in the fight. Somebody who they cannot bribe. Somebody who operates differently. Who's that going to be? We're not saying to give up total control where you're going to have foreign soldiers and foreign officers marching down our streets. It's not like the American army in Iraq and Afghanistan and just take over the place. That's not what we're saying. Why does the UN need to be babysitter? Why? Me not talk about no UN. I see a track record. It look like anywhere the UN got the place mash up. I don't know. Or was the place mash up before they got there? I don't know. But yeah. With that said, Donnelly Donaldson. Say her name. Remember her name. Think about her situation. We're going to stay close to her situation. I would tell you to say Vibes Cartel name too. Because them railroad that brother, they straight got prison boy. And nothing will get better since Cartel gone. But he was blamed for everything and things actually got worse. I just hate to see injustice. And moreover, I hate to see when people play with our intelligence as if all are we dumb. All of us can't be dumb. You know? Bob Marley say you can fool some people. So that's funny. One Bob. Bob Marley say you can fool some people sometime, but you can't fool all the people all the time, my friend. Wow. With that said, let's move along because we're getting down to that point this morning, and you know the thing go already. Wife have to take herself go to the gym and maintain her sexy body and these things. So we're gonna push forward. Right now, we're gonna talk about. I did the Vibes Cartel thing in one with that. So we're gonna talk about we click that off the 2 cops them involved, which we think is 3. Quickly, no more than 5 minutes. This brother, he looked like the type though. You know, he looked like the type that would pull a gun on a female if he opened the door for her and she didn't say thank you. But I just want to say, I opened a door the other day for a lady that was coming into the same building I was going into, and she stopped. This was a while back. She stopped. It's customary for me, right? I open door for man, open door for woman, open door for picnic. It's something that we do, like automatically hold the door open that you could get in or whatever. She stopped outside. And you know what I thought to myself? I didn't think, oh, she's being mannish or she being disrespectful. She thought he might be trying to hurt me. So in that instance, I was frozen. And she says, oh, you could go ahead. I could get a door for myself. And I was like, yeah. The same person is going to go down the street and say, chivalry is dead. Men don't even hold doors open for you or pull out chairs anymore or get up and give you a seat to a pregnant woman or whatever anymore, and these kind of things. But at the end of the day, we live in a weird world. You know, it used to be safe for, but tell God Almighty truth. If him they open the door for you, to go in or to come out, as a lady, a woman, it's getting late in the evening here. He's opening the door for you. What would I feel like? You would, would you have some kind of reservation? Like, I don't know. I don't know. He looks like that type. Let me see something. Let me wide up the screen. He looks like that type. I mean, don't judge a book by its cover or anything, but you know, him look like the type where if he was opening the door for me, I myself would be like, yeah, I got it, bro. Thank you. You know what I mean? But I'm not running, so him can run in back at me and these things. You know, I would have said thank you, sir. Jane Ander, you would have said thank you, sir, depending on where you're at. If I'm on Flatbush and I'm going to the ATM and he opening the door for me, I'm not going in. Yeah, skirps at the door. And I know it's bad to judge people by their appearance, but here what? So this brother, a Connecticut man, pulled a gun on two women yesterday after they didn't thank him for holding the door open at the store. Joshua Murray, New Haven, he was at a Family Dollar store in Hamden on Saturday afternoon when he became incensed over the impolite act, is what the police said in court. A witness reported that the suspect was so upset that the two women did not say thank you for him holding the door open. Murray whipped out a pistol during the encounter, waved it at them, and then fled. He was picked up by officers nearby, authorities said. The suspect was charged with carrying an illegal gun, breaching the peace, and carrying an illegal gun, breaching the peace, and interfering with a cop, the outlet said. He was held and is now on a $25,000 bail. Can't post him bail, so he is sitting in jail. All that for somebody didn't tell you thank you when they opened the door. Moral of the story is this. If you're gonna do good, just do good. Don't expect a thank you or anything. When I do open the door for people, I don't expect thank you or anything. I don't even to listen to it. I'm not even wait around for hear you're welcome or thank you or nothing. I just open the door. Sometimes I fling the door far enough to where you can get in before the door closes. It's just a habit, right? But some people are actually saying they can see why he would be so incensed because the world has changed so much, you know, and men out here trying to do good and nobody is appreciating them and all that. A simple thank you would have done the trick, and that goes to show them a lesson as well. That didn't show them no lesson. They were being cautious. Okay, I'm telling you right now, they were being cautious. Them don't know if this man are gonna rob them, if this man are gonna do whatever he's gonna do, and they just didn't want to go in like that. And then if they didn't say thank you, then okay. What I usually do also, if I'm in the mood, I'll open the door. If they walk in, they don't say anything, I'll probably say, "You're welcome," and go about my business. That's it. But pull out a gun. He looked like he was crying too. Brother probably got other issues going on. So for those of you out there who are opening doors for people and you're not getting your thank you, it's okay. It's okay. You weren't doing it for a thank you. And if you were doing it for a thank you, then you're in a problems. All right. When you do good just to do good. Even the simple act of opening a door, pulling out a chair, whatever it is. If you're not getting no thank you, I saw it go. You just sowed a good seed of karma into the universe, and it'll come back around to you. He's that kind of guy. He opens door for strangers, and that kind. He doesn't even wait for a thank you or nothing. Just be genuine about your good. Not true? D-Max said the man hygiene probably shocked her. Brother, I go through some things. He was crying and all. He's going through some things. You don't know, and probably have one of them mad baby mother there where never, he looks disheveled. Him look like him not too well taken care of and everything. So he probably got one of them mad baby mother there where never said thank you for nothing yet. And then broke him back and walk out him soul case and always hear, "You a bum ass nigga. You a piece of..." That's why Terrence and Marcus and start name off all our other man them and our multiple baby daddy them that was better than you and all these things. Stress him out. Him go a road, try to do good for other woman, them tell him the same thing. The common denominator is still you. Karen says, yeah, if I don't get a thank you, I usually just say, "You're welcome." D-Max says, groomed hair and fresh clean teeth, straight night or day. He's an emotional wreck. He might go through some things, yeah, man. Look like a thief, and I would run. Somebody said look like a thief that I would run from. So you're not going at the door if you open the door, then. Them tripping and are also giving the criminals a heads up. All right. Here we are. All right, so with that, like I said, I wasn't going to spend more than a few minutes on that. Let's move into the last one. Terrence Howard. Cookie. Y'all remember that movie that Terrence Howard played, Hustling, a hustler fluent name? Simon. He done came a long way. Simon. Let me hit my saved. I gotta plug this in on the speaker so you can hear this. In Uganda, this is what's going on. Here we go. Recent exploration survey in Uganda has led to the discovery of approximately 31 million tons of gold ore deposits, from which an estimated 320,158 tons of refined gold could potentially be extracted, with its value currently at $12.8 trillion US dollars. The results were announced following 2 years of aerial exploration, followed by geophysical and geochemical survey and analysis. Uganda rich, you know, right? Announced in June by Solomon Muita, spokesperson for Uganda's Ministry of Energy and Mineral Development, the country is seeking to attract international gold mining companies and investors, having already licensed Chinese gold mining firm Wagagai to start production in the country's eastern Busia district this year, 2022. China is on it. Russia is right there. Remember, I said China and Russia are allies too, right? The firm has invested $200 million. This Chinese firm has invested $200 million towards the construction of a refining facility and is expected to refine approximately 5,000 kilograms of gold per day in Busia by the end of 2022. Now, in a bid to overhaul its economy, Uganda's president, H.E. Yoweri, has sought to up investment in the country's mining sector by developing its reserve, of copper, iron ore, cobalt, phosphates, and gold. Refining gold locally is expected to lead to the generation of 3,000 direct jobs while improving social services deliveries to local communities. Water, light, electricity, them kind of something there. People, this year, Uganda's parliament enacted a new mining law pending the president's approval right now that will lead to the creation of a state mining company through which investors will be required to sign a production sharing agreement, allowing the company to acquire 15% stake in mining operations within the country. The majority of ore deposits were discovered in the northeastern region of Karamoja, with large reserves having also been found in the eastern, central, and western areas of Uganda. Large gold. This is taken from energycapitalpower.com. And over here now, you have what the hell is Russia doing in Uganda? Here is Terrence Howard, because they're calling for. See, here's the thing. They found all this gold, but how are they going to extract it from the earth and process it? That's a big part right there. Now, I hate the fact that we're always depending on others for stuff like that. Like, you find gold in your backyard, but you can't dig it out yourself. You call other people to come dig up gold and diamonds out your own backyard. What you think is going to happen there? So my mind is already telling me that the people of Uganda probably are not going to benefit from this large deposit of gold that was found at all. At all. Let me find Terrence Howard real quick, because more I want y'all to hear his speech.
Greetings to you, Your Excellency. Thank you for this great honor to meet with me and my wife. We appreciate your leadership in the strong Pan-African spirit that has enabled you to take us.
Stop.
Fighting Africa.
Wait.
When you
Wait. Let me set this up so you understand. This is Terrence Howard. They're calling for investors, right? People are diversifying their portfolio. Terrence Howard made sure that he is on the front lines. He is in Uganda pitching a product to them, right? So the same reason that Russia is there, to get to that money, to get to that gold reserve, to get your piece off. See, it is said that you're not wealthy truly unless you own some natural resources. You own the waterways, you own oil reserves, or you own diamond mines, or you own gold mines, then you are in the wealthy thing. So anyway, let's hear what
You, Your Excellency. Thank you for this great honor to meet with me and my wife. We appreciate your leadership in the strong Pan-African spirit that has enabled you to take a center role in uniting Africa. And we also appreciate what you have done regarding the diaspora and asking Africans, people of African descent, to return back to Africa so that we can now rebuild Africa the way that it was supposed to be. I've heard about Uganda most of my life, the same way that everyone else heard about Uganda. And so I went out to explore a new way of understanding how the universe works, and I was able to define the grand unified field equation they've been looking for and put it into geometry. And then with that geometry, I was able to put props on that. And what I'm saying is now we have invented a new form of flight. Greetings to you, Your Excellency.
Say what now?
Thank you for this great honor to meet with me and my wife. We appreciate your leadership in the strong Pan-African spirit that has enabled you to take a center role in uniting Africa. And we also appreciate what you have done regarding the diaspora and asking Africans, people of African descent, to return back to Africa so that we can now rebuild Africa the way that it was supposed to be. I've heard about Uganda most of my life, the same way that everyone else heard about Uganda. And so I went out to explore a new way of understanding how the universe works, and I was able to define the grand unified field equation they've been looking for and put it into geometry. And then with that geometry, I was able to put props on that. And what I'm saying is now we have invented a new form of flight. Greetings to you, Your Excellency.
So this new form of flight is supposed this new form of flight is supposed to help Uganda to now be a more secured country if they buy in. See, this man is smart. He didn't go there saying, I want to be a part of the gold that you found. I want to invest in your gold or in mining these fields so we can get the gold out and get it processed. No, he came with his own stuff because now you have how much $1 trillion worth of gold. You can certainly afford to buy this from me. And you want to buy this from me because this is going to make your country more secure. Because your country is so rich now, there might be invaders coming from everywhere. So aerially, you might want to secure Uganda, right? You don't want the Chinese planes start flying over, carpet bombing it, kill everybody, and then come in and take over. You don't want the Russians invading. You don't want. So he's speaking to the country's security, right? He's smart. I'll give him that. But when just say at the end, no, it made no sense to me. But then again, I'm not a scientist, and neither is he. But he probably has enough money to have a team of scientists around him that can sell the story. So people are saying, what the hell is Russia doing in Uganda? Well, the African country of Uganda is in the limelight again, and this time it is literally shining gold. Good news is piling up for Uganda. The country has recently announced the discovery of a deposit of 31 million tons of gold ore, which extractable pure gold estimated to be gross 320,000 tons of gold. The discovered gold is expected to mine the country in excess of a whopping 12 trillion US dollars. If you are facing difficulty processing how exorbitant the amount of this is, then let me help you. The amount is approximately 4 times India's annual GDP. Uganda has also recently witnessed a boost in foreign investment owing to the fresh discovery of hydrocarbon resources in its western region on the border with the Democratic Republic of Congo. Perhaps the good days for the landlocked country has started. Russia's connection. The major issue African countries face, even after the presence of valuable minerals and metal under their soil, is the unavailability of technology and capital for extraction. Major development countries with the appropriate means are known to have considerable interest in African countries, majorly due to their resources. Moscow has maintained strong relations with Kampala. Uganda's President Yoweri did call Russia Europe's center of gravity and expressed strong support for the Kremlin amid the ongoing war with the country they just took over. What the country name again? With the blue and yellow flag. So they're actually even backing Russia as they take over. What I placed the name. Somebody give me the name again, please. What's the place name? Some Jamaican students were there and they had to run out of there just the other day. Ukraine. Uganda is actually backing Russia in their war on Ukraine. The EU and Biden's disregard for the American nations has placed the West in an unstrategic position there. They don't like America. Due to their broad disregard for food security and inflation problems in African nations, Biden and his minions have lost all political clout in Africa. A master strategist like Putin would never have missed this chance to solidify his position in the region. So basically, Uganda is saying, where were you, America, when we were starving, when we were living under certain conditions? You didn't come here with any care packages. You weren't trying to help us. But now everybody is trying to knock on our door now that we found all this wealth, right? So we're going to choose who was there for us all along. We're going to choose who we were cool with throughout all this. And it wasn't you. It was China and it was Russia. Anywho, USA warring with Russia through Ukraine makes it make sense. USA warring with Russia through Ukraine make it make sense. Well, I don't know enough. The refinery was established by a Russian-owned Victoria Gold. So Russia is there, and Russia has established a refinery there to dig up this gold. The refinery was established by a Russian-owned Victoria Gold Star Limited, has a capacity to process 1.2 tons of raw gold every month. The company's managing director told Reuters. Of late, Russia has also taken advantage of the loopholes in sanctions and has strategically used its humongous $140 billion gold reserve that they have already to hold down its economic fort. So all the sanctions that the U.S. is putting up against Russia, Russia ain't really feeling no pain from that because they were actually planning for this. They were putting their money in gold, right? You see, gold is more of an elixir for Russia right now. Since Russia invaded Crimea back in 2014, the Russian state has been constantly working hard to steer its economy against the impact of any sanctions. One avenue to do so was to increase its gold reserve, and their gold reserve is now at $140 billion in US dollars worth of gold, as gold tends to soar in times of conflict. Let's leave this here for this morning. I just wanted y'all to know that Terrence was over there in, he's no longer on Empire. You know, Cookie went her way, and he is in Uganda. I don't know if we're going to get another Empire where he rebuilds from this large gold reserve in Uganda, but Uganda did find gold. Similar story happened in Jamaica, where they're guessing that there's gold there, or oil, rather. Valuable resources, oil. It was oil for Jamaica. So there's a lot of digging and stuff going on in Jamaica, but they're being kind of like quiet. So they're not coming out and telling the people that, ooh, we just hit major oil. Jamaica is oil rich or anything like that. Everything is being kept a secret to us, right? So keep one eye open. We'll stay on top of this. And I encourage my Ugandans, brothers and sisters, to keep both eyes open and stay on top of this. China already in your kitchen. Russia already in your kitchen. And others are coming as well. Let's see how much una get out of what is found in your kitchen, in your pantry. All right. With that said, we're past the hour this morning. And it is what it is. We have 2 minutes left. Big up on yourself. Thank you for being here. Jane Anders says, USA warring with Russia through Ukraine make it make sense. Nicole Coleman says, countries are definitely going to swoop in for some of this. Yes, they are. And they've started already. Plus, Uganda is actually encouraging outsiders to invest. But more than anything, they're encouraging outsiders of African descent to invest. Right? Gold soar in conflict, war, people get richer. Facts. And that's why that's a reason for war a lot of the time. Imagine that. When they go to war, people get richer. So they have an incentive to actually go to war. It's just like when they build these prisons and they privatize the prisons and they put the prisons on the stock market. Now they have a reason to actually hold you behind bars past the time that you are supposed to be there. So again, with that warning, nobody do nothing to go behind them people at bars, because you might go behind there for some traffic offenses and ended up staying behind there for years for something else. You know what I mean? All right. With that said, have a wonderful, blessed day. Big up on yourself. Thank you for tuning in. And Donnelly Donaldson, say her name. Stay close to that. And I'll catch you tomorrow morning right here on SouFLoTV. Morning Thoughts. Want to bless up on yourself? Walk good. Peace.